So today we will continue with Act 3, Scene 2, which takes place in the palace. Alright. We know Macbeth's palace at Forres, so the scene takes place there. Now, if we come to know what all happens in this scene, what is that we come to know about in the scene is first is troubled minds of Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. सबसे पहले हमें पता चलता है that after doing all this, after murdering the king Duncan, and even after becoming the king himself, Macbeth is not satisfied, he is not peaceful, he is not happy. His mind is troubled, and same is the mind of Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth's fear we come to know about. Then Macbeth's mind disguising feelings. They are hiding feelings. They are trying to portray themselves to be very happy in front of others, but actually they have some kind of mental conflict which is continuously going on. Right? So we'll study about all these points in Act 3, Scene 2. So let's continue with the reading and explanation of the scene. Enter Lady Macbeth and a servant. So Lady Macbeth says, "Is Banquo gone from court? Has he gone from court?" Servant says, "Aye, madam, but returns again tonight." "Yes, madam, he has gone, but he will return again tonight. लेकिन वो आज रात को वापस आ जाएगा." Lady Macbeth says, "Say to the king, I would attend his leisure for a few words." Tell the king that I would attend his leisure. Leisure here means free time. That whenever he is free, I would like to attend him to have a few words. She wants to talk to Macbeth, and that is why she asked the servant to go and inform him about it. Servant says, "Madam, I will," and then he exits. So you see, from this beginning of the scene, with this conversation of Lady Macbeth and the way she talks to the servant, we come to know that she is very lonely. She has to inquire about things on her own. She is no longer taken into confidence. She doesn't know what is happening, and she wants to talk to Macbeth, for which also she has to send a servant to ask for his permission. So now their relationship has become very formal. Okay, after becoming the king, relationship of Macbeth and Lady Macbeth has become very formal. So he goes from there, and now Lady Macbeth says, "Nought's had, all spent." Nothing is had. We didn't have anything. Noughts means nothing is had. We couldn't have anything. All spent. Everything is lost. Where our desires is got without content. Content means satisfaction, peace. Content here means satisfaction. Our desires have been fulfilled, but without satisfaction. It is safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. It is safer to be that which we destroy. It's safe to be that, वो होना ज़्यादा सेफ है जिसको हमने डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया. Whom have they destroyed? They have destroyed Duncan. Destroy here means that whom they have murdered. So she says that it is safer to be the person whom we have murdered than by destruction dwell. Destruction here means murder of Duncan, dwell in doubtful joy. Joy mixed with doubt. Joy mixed with insecurity. इससे बेहतर होता कि हम वो इंसान बन जाते जिसको हमने मारा था, वो ज़्यादा सेफ होता, बजाय इसके कि उसको मारने के बाद अभी वी आर हैप्पी, बट दैट हैप्पीनेस कम्स विद लॉट ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी एंड फियर. So at that time, Macbeth enters over there because Macbeth must have been informed by the servant that Lady Macbeth wants to talk to him. So Macbeth says, "How now, my lord?" So Lady Macbeth now continues her speech with Macbeth. अभी तक ये जो 4 लाइनें थी वो उसने अपने आप से बोली. Now she asks Macbeth, "How now, my lord? How are you, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on." Now she inquires from Macbeth and she asks, "Why do you keep alone? Why are you means lonely? Why are you everything facing lonely? Of sorriest fancies your companions making, of brooding forever on past deeds. Why are you always thinking about the past deeds? Why are you always having such sorriest fancies?" Fancies means imagination. She is here referring to Macbeth's fears. Why are you always alone, brooding over on past deeds? using those thoughts. Using means dwelling in, living in those thoughts which should indeed have died. Why are you always living in those thoughts which should have died? With them they think on, with those people about whom you are thinking. So she here tries to make Macbeth realize why is it that he is always lost in his thoughts, and especially in the thoughts of King Duncan, whom he has already killed. So why is he thinking about the past? Things without all remedy should be without regard. Things without all remedy, things that we cannot cure, जिन चीज़ों को हम ठीक नहीं कर सकते, जिनका कोई इलाज नहीं है, should be without regard. We should not give them any concern. Alright? What's done is done. Whatever is done is done. जो हो गया वो हो गया. For that, Macbeth says, we have squashed the snake, not killed it. We have squashed the snake. Squash means slashed the snake, not killed it. हमने उसको पूरी तरह मारा नहीं है. She'll close and be herself, whilst a poor Malice remains in danger of a former tooth. She'll close. Close means coil, heal up. She here refers to the snake, and close means heal up. वो हमने सिर्फ उसको स्लैश किया है, इंजर किया है, एक तरह से मारा नहीं है. The snake will heal up and be herself, and again it will be in its original self, whilst a poor Malice remains in danger. While a poor Malice, malice is the enmity, while our enmity with the snake remains in danger of a former tooth. Former tooth here refers to earlier power. जितनी पावर उसके पास पहले थी, वापस से वही आ जाएगी. So he here tries to say, actually he is referring to Banquo, and he says that we have not yet been fully victorious in our task because we have just slashed the snake, we haven't killed it properly. Once it is healed and it comes into itself, then it will be powerful again the way it was earlier, and it can bite us, it can sting us anytime. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer. But let the frame of things here means fabric of the universe, disjoint, fall apart. But let the fabric of the universe fall apart, both the worlds suffer. Let both the worlds suffer. Both the world here refer to heaven and earth. You know, he knows that by doing anything wrong, he is going against nature. Okay, if he does any wicked thing, he is going against nature, and it will disturb both the worlds. It will disturb heaven, it will also disturb the earth, right? But he is ready for that. He says, let them suffer, ere before we will eat our meal in fear and sleep, in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shakes us nightly. Ere before we will eat our meal in fear and sleep. He says, let the world suffer. Let us continue with our wrongdoings. Whatever we want to do, let us continue with that even if the whole world suffer. Before we are not able to eat properly, before we eat in fear and we sleep in fear with the affliction. Affliction is the suffering of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. जो रोज रात को हमें terrible dreams आते हैं, dreams of murdering Duncan, and which shake us nightly, it's better, let us fight for it. Let us do what we have to do to remove this fear. Better be with the dead. इससे अच्छा तो होता हम उस dead के साथ ही होते हैं. Whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace. Whom we have sent to peace. Peace here means heaven. Because being dead means sleeping peacefully, right? जिसको हमने बहुत शांति से सुला दिया, to gain our peace, जिससे हम शांति से रह सकें. Than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. He says that the dead person is better than us, who is sleeping peacefully. We killed him to gain our peace, but what we have got is the torture of mind. लेकिन अभी हमारे साथ क्या हो रहा है? Our mind is being tortured in restless ecstasy. Ecstasy is madness. Okay, so we have got a kind of madness after murdering Duncan, because we are continuously getting the dreams of that, and for that we are always in fear. हम हमेशा डर में जी रहे हैं. Duncan is in his grave. Duncan तो अपनी grave में है. And life is fitful fever. He sleeps well. Duncan in his grave, after life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. After the fitful fever of life means restless anxiety. Fitful fever here means restless anxiety of his life. After that, he is sleeping well. Treason has done his worst. nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further. Treason has done his work. ट्रीजन ने अपना काम कर दिया है, धोखे ने अपना काम कर दिया है, और वो तो आराम से सो रहा है, और वो ऐसी जगह पर सो रहा है वे नॉर स्टील, स्टील हियर मीन्स स्वॉर्ड, एनी वेपन, नॉर पॉइजन, मैलिस इन डोमेस्टिक, डोमेस्टिक मैलिस मीन्स इंटरनल रिबेलियन, है ना, अंदर दुश्मनों का होना. Foreign levy, levy is forces, foreign forces, nothing can touch him further. So all these troubles, all these challenges, all these things like weapon, use of poison, use of internal rebellion, foreign forces, all these challenges are remained for us only. He is sleeping peacefully in his grave. Is it clear? So from here what we come to know that Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, they both have troubled mind. Somehow they are feeling that the act of murdering Duncan has not given them the kind of satisfaction which they were expecting. Rather, they have become more fearful and insecure. All right, and even they are feeling envious towards Duncan, who is dead, because they feel that he has got rid of all kinds of fear and anxiety, insecurities of life, and he is sleeping peacefully in his grave. So Lady Macbeth says, come on, gentle my lord, sleek over your rugged looks. Sleek over means compose your rugged looks. अपने ये जो rugged looks हैं, rugged means suffered face, ये जो face full of suffering है, इसको आप compose करिए. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight. You have to be bright and jovial, friendly among your guests tonight. You cannot behave like this. You cannot show these kinds of expressions on your face, which are the expressions of suffering. When your guests come tonight for the banquet, you have to be very bright and jovial with them. Macbeth says, so shall I love, and so I pray be you. हाँ, मैं ऐसा ही करूँगा, and I request you also to do the same. So they have to disguise their feelings, right? They have to hide their actual feelings, and they have to pretend that they are very happy and satisfied people. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Let your remembrance here means attention, apply to Banquo. I request you to give more attention to Banquo. Present him eminence. Eminence means honor. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue. Eminence here means honor. आपको उसको respect करना है. You have to give him honor not only by your looks but by your words as well. Unsafe the while that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams and make our faces wizards to our hearts, disguising what they are. Unsafe the while, till the time we are unsafe, we must lave our honors in these flattering streams. जब तक हम unsafe हैं, we have to show honors in such flattering stream. हमें flattery के साथ दूसरों को honor करना है, and make our faces wizards. Wizards means mask to our hearts, and we have to cover our faces so that our face does not show the feelings of our heart, disguising what they are. We have to disguise our feelings what they are. We cannot show our actual feelings to anybody. For that, Lady Macbeth says, you must leave this. Usko aap chhod dijiye, means don't worry about it. Then Macbeth says, oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Dear wife, my mind is full of scorpions. Scorpions here refer to very tormenting thoughts, torturing thoughts. जैसे scorpion always bites. So he is comparing the thoughts in his mind with scorpions, that they are continuously biting him, torturing him. Thou knowest that Banquo and his Fleance live. You know that Banquo and his Fleance, his son Fleance live. तो मैं हमेशा उनके बारे में सोचता हूँ, and these thoughts are very torturing to me. Lady Macbeth says, but in them nature's copies, not etern. They are nature's copies. They are not etern. Etern here means eternal. लेकिन वो नेचर की कॉपी हैं, मतलब दे आर अर्थली पीपल, दे आर नॉट इटर्नल. हाँ, वो जिंदा है, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो मर नहीं सकते हैं. Macbeth says, there is comfort yet. हाँ, इस बात में comfort है. They are assailable. Assailable means they can be attacked. Then be thou jocund. Then be you jocund. Jocund means joyful. तो इसलिए तुम खुश रहो. Ere before the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, Before the bat you understand, चमगादड़ जिसको बोलते हैं, वो रात को आती है. Before the bat has flown his cloistered flight. Cloistered means secret flight, flight around the cloisters. Cloister is a covered passage around a open court. Ere to black Hecate's summons. Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft who is always awakened at night, because you know all that witchcraft takes place at night only in the darkness. Ere before to black Hecate summons are called the shard-born beetle. Shard-born means born in beetle dung. Shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums, with his drowning hums, hath rung night's yawning peal. Rung means announces. Night's yawning peal. Yawning peal is arrival. When it announces the arrival of night, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note. जैसे ही रात आएगी, जैसे ही बैट्स जो हैं अपनी क्लस्टर्ड फ्लाइट स्टार्ट करेंगी, बैट बॉर्न इन बीटल डंग, जैसे ही हेकेट उसको कॉल करेगी, एंड द नाइट विल बी देयर, एंड एज सुन एज द डार्कनेस विल फॉल, देयर शैल बी डन अ डीड ऑफ ड्रेडफुल नोट. एक बहुत ही फियरफुल डीड कंप्लीट हो जाएगी. लेडी मकबेथ सेज, व्हाट्स टू बी डन? क्या करना है? Macbeth, be innocent of the knowledge. It's better you be innocent of the knowledge. Ignorant. Innocent here means ignorant. You be ignorant of the knowledge. ये तुम्हें इसके बारे में पता नहीं चलना चाहिए. Dearest Chuck. Chuck here means wife. Dearest wife. Till thou applaud the deed. Till you applaud the deed. Till you praise the deed. Once you come to know, you are going to praise it. Okay? Come, sealing night. Sealing means blinding night. Scarf up. Scarf up means cover. The tender eye of pitiful day. Tender eye is moon. Tender eye is referred to moon here. So cover up the moon of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. It's better you cancel and tear to pieces, destroy that great bond. He is referring to the bond of father and son. He is referring to the bond of Banquo and Fleance, which keeps me pale. Which keeps me pale. Because of this bond, I am always feeling pale and sick. Alright. So he is addressing the night, and he says that blinding night. Why? Because you know such acts, all wrongdoings, murder and all that, they all are done in the darkness, so that people are not able to see. Light thickens and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Light thickens when the sky darkens. Okay, light thickens means when the sky darkens, and the crow makes wing. Makes wing means flies. Flies to the rooky wood. Ki wood means forest filled with crows. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse. Droop and drowse means be weak and vanish. Whilst night's black agents here means evil spirits, to their praise do rouse. He is further defining darkness. He says कि जैसे ही लाइट थिक होती है, मीन्स द स्काई डार्कन्स, जैसे ही रात, जब आसमान गहरा होता है, डार्क होता है, तो क्रोज फ्लाई करते हैं रूकी वुड में, इन अ फॉरेस्ट विच इज फुल ऑफ क्रोज, है ना, वो सब वहां पर उड़ते हैं. और दिन की जितनी अच्छी चीजें हैं, दे स्टार्ट गेटिंग weak and vanish. They start drooping and drowsing. They start getting weak and vanish. And the black agents of night, और रात के जो black agents हैं, evil spirits हैं, वो अपने शिकार के लिए उठ जाते. Thou marvelest at my words. So he refers to his wife and he says, you are marveling at my words. Marvelous means you are feeling surprised. तुम्हें मेरी बातें सुनकर surprise हो रहा होगा. But hold thee still. But hold yourself. Things bad begin make strong themselves by ill. Things, acts that began with evil, वो चीज़ें जो बुराई के साथ शुरू हुई हैं, things bad begin, जिसकी शुरुआत बुराई से हुई है, make strong themselves by ill, वो चीज़ें और ज़्यादा strong बनती हैं with more wrong. Okay, so acts that began with evil, they grow stronger with more crimes. So Prithvi, so I pray you, go with me. And then they exit. Okay, so from this conversation of Macbeth, we come to know that he is becoming worse, right? अब वो और ज़्यादा खराब होता जा रहा है. There is a change in his nature which we observed last time also, that after becoming the king he has become more malicious. और पहले उसके अंदर एक गिल्ट होता था when he was doing something wrong before. So in this scene, as I told you, we come to know about mental anguish. Anguish is pain, huh? Mental anguish of Lady Macbeth and Macbeth. Both of them are tortured by their guilt. दोनों को guilt feel हो रहा है. Lady Macbeth is experiencing remorse while Macbeth is anxious to retain his position. लेडी मकबेथ रिग्रेटफुल है, उसको रिमोर्स एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है, जबकि मकबेथ जो है वो परेशान है कि किस तरह से अपनी पोजीशन को रिटेन करके रखे. Macbeth feels threatened while Banquo and his son are alive. Lady Macbeth becomes the victim of deep melancholy. She realizes that by killing the King Duncan, they have lost peace of mind. So we come to know about this. Then, as I told you, disguising feelings. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth decide to disguise their feelings. They think that by putting on an external mask, they would be able to keep their position safe. Macbeth doesn't disclose the secret of hiring murderers for killing Banquo to Lady Macbeth. So we see a kind of declining relationship between husband and wife here, right? Macbeth finds that he cannot live with himself. Lady Macbeth too is not by discontent. Being lonely, Lady Macbeth sends a servant in order to speak to him. As she no longer knows what is happening, their relation has become more formal. Macbeth usually takes Lady Macbeth into confidence for many of his plans. However, he does not reveal his plan for the murder of Banquo and Fleance. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth have drifted apart. अब ये दोनों जैसे अलग हो गए हैं. Macbeth no longer needs encouragement by Lady Macbeth to carry out his wicked plans the way he used to need earlier, right?